They were the shots heard round the world as the troubles in Ireland spilled over to Gibraltar. On the 6th of March 1988, 3 members of the IRA were shot and killed right here, 2 in fact right behind me in what was then a Shell petrol station and 1 just up the road in Lamport. An inquest soon followed. Well, today I spoke to the archivist to tell me more about his memories from that day.
My immediate thoughts was that it was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. We were driving in from Spain. It was a Sunday afternoon. It was brilliant sunshine. The weather was fantastic. And so there was a delay coming in and we didn't know what it was. Everybody was asking questions at the front. And finally, when we were allowed to come in from Spain, traffic was at a complete standstill and everybody was panicking. Obviously, it was before social media days, so the communication wasn't going around so fast. So the next thing we turned to was obviously Gibraltar Broadcasting Corporation, radio and TV to see what was going on. It was very, very confusing, and to tell you the truth, very, very frightening. I had my 2 small daughters at the time, they're grown up now, and obviously it wasn't a pleasant thing. The uncertainty of it all, and seeing policemen and military personnel, especially around this area here, outside here of the archive, of very near to number 6 and the convent, it wasn't pleasant.
And shortly after the incident, of course, was the inquest which you were involved with. So what can you tell us about those times?
At the time, in 1988, I was the coroner's officer. I worked in the Magistrates and Coroner's Court. There was a coroner's inquest. The coroner was Mr. Felix Pizarello, and I was assisted him in preparing all the documentation and all the photographs and all the docket that he had prepared. We hold the whole of the transcripts of the preliminary hearing, plus then I think it took 19 days of sessions, and we hold all those transcripts. And it takes a big shelf of our archive, and it's a substantial amount of information. And yes, it's 30 years ago this month, and the interest for it never stops.
The 3 members were shot as they walked towards the border after a reconnaissance trip to the Rock in preparation for a supposed bombing against members of the 1st Battalion, the Royal Anglian Regiment, during a parade. A subsequent inquest in Gibraltar determined that the killings were lawful by a 9-2 majority verdict. Meanwhile, I also asked the archivist about another anniversary today. Europa Sur had an article about an incident in the frontier 90 years ago today. It followed new regulations over the amount of food that could be brought into Spain by Spaniards who'd shopped in Gibraltar. Tensions were high, a stone was thrown from the crowd, and officers fired at people, which resulted in injuries and the deaths of 2 Spanish men.